I did want to mention that they told me I would have a mask made. They said you're going to have a mask made that you're going to wear during the 6 weeks of treatment. And I don't know, what do I think a little mask, it's no big deal. Okay, so I went in with my girlfriend. Hiroko gave me a lift that day to the hospital to have the mask made. I was very prepared to have the mask made. Didn't seem like a big deal to me, but when I found out that this mask was not just a mask over the face, but a mask that covered my entire head to my shoulders, and then and as the mask was formed to my face, I was bolted to a table. And at first, she said, if you have any problems, just wave your hand and I'll come and check on you, but, they were going to mark the mask and, and line me up so that whenever I had the treatments, that this treatment would be directly at a certain source, a prearranged source where they wanted to treat. It was going to be very pinpointed to where they were going to use the radiation on my cancer. So once I had that mask on and, my eyes were closed, my mouth was sealed, and it was very tight, I didn't know. They asked me if I was claustrophobic, and I was not prepared for my response. I just started saying, oh, this is fine. And then all of a sudden it just occurred to me, I can't speak. I can't open my eyes. I don't know what's going on. I'm out of control. My chin was up. I'm totally, at the mercy of what's going on. I felt like I was in a mummy's tomb, sort of. And I started freaking out, and I couldn't talk, and I just started waving my hand. And then I was like, well, what if she's not looking? Well, what if she... This is my thoughts, because I was really terrified. I'm like, what if she's not looking? What if she doesn't see my hand? I'm waving my hand, and then she came immediately and took my hand, but that wasn't good enough. I had to have that mask off. I couldn't speak to tell her to take it off, which was very frightening. I felt very, very vulnerable and very afraid, and I've never had claustrophobia before, but then whoever has a mask like Hannibal Lecter, Transformer or something on your face, and it was just terrifying. I just was terrified, and she couldn't unbolt that mask because bolts were pinning me to today. She couldn't take that mask off fast enough. And then she said, well, we have to have this done, and you're gonna have to wear this mask 20 minutes every day, 5 days a week for 6 weeks. And when she said that, all the tears just started streaming. I just couldn't believe it. I was like, I couldn't even stand to have the mask on, to have it made, and I'm gonna wear it 20 minutes. Well, at first when they told me, 20 minutes, no big deal. I've had the CAT scans and MRIs and all that, and I was like, the PAT scan. I'm like, it's no big. But just the thought of having that mask on, I didn't think I could do it. I just couldn't do it. So in the end, after I couldn't do it. All I could hear was silence, and so they put Michael Bublé on, they put a CD on for me, and they had to get my girlfriend out, Hiroko, out of the waiting area so she could come and hold my hand and let me and talk to me in the booth, because of course she couldn't be in there while the radiation, whatever was going on. So she kept telling me she was there, and little by little, because I just took one moment at a time, but it was unbearable. And the nurse kept saying, just a little bit longer, we're almost done, whatever. But I just was like, when it was over, I was so relieved. And Hiroko had her camera, and she said, just happened to have her camera with her. She said, Tanya, you want me to take some photos of you? And I said, it was over. I still had the mask on, but I tolerated it because I wanted to have it done. I wanted to begin treatment. This was a Monday or so. The following Monday, I was going to start treatment. I wanted to get started. I didn't want this cancer to spread. I didn't want it to worsen, because I didn't know. I didn't want it to get into my bones and whatever. And so I wanted it done that day. So I managed to get through it, and then Hiroko took her photographs of me, documenting it, and just seeing the photographs, I just relived being terrified